All right. So down NewbieVet, got a special guest. We got the OG, Dajon T Management. What's going on, Dajon?
What's going on?
Can't call it, man. How you been?
Good. Can't complain at all. Tired as fuck, bro, running this weekend, but I'm good.
I feel you. So you've been running all week?
Yeah.
Okay, so explain your week, like how your week went.
Thursday night, I do an event at Lavish up in Columbia. Every Thursday we got open mic night. This past Thursday we did our R&B open mic night.
And where is that?
At Lavish in Columbia, South Carolina.
Okay.
Dope as fuck. Then Friday, I went to Raleigh, North Carolina for this pre-Dreamville event, like in downtown Raleigh. It was some of the most amazing shit. Like I was able to sit down and kind of learn from Timbaland. He checked in via virtual. Ninth Wonder was in the building. DJ Supply did a whole session where he talked about like different famous samples and broke them down, and it was just so much dopeness. Like,
and you learned a lot.
A lot. Like, that's the type of stuff that I like to do to bring it back. Saturday, my kids had a game, so I had to turn on the mommy switch, and then Sunday, I'm back on the road again in Georgia. So I'm here.
Yeah. So how you get the energy, and you know, I know you do. I know how you do. You just do it. But how you get the mental mindset ready? Like, okay, I'm finna do 4-5 different caps at one time.
I don't know. I feel it's almost like routine now. So I feel kind of empty when I don't have something to plan, if that makes sense.
Right.
Like, it's even to a point now I can't go in a bar or a club just for fun, because if I'm in there, 9 times out of 10, I'm like, damn, they was charging $15 to get in. It's like 100 niggas in here. Instead of just drinking my liquor and minding my business. Like,
right. It's
just a constant creative thing. Like, the more creativity I come up with, the more shit I think about, the more shit I want to do, the more I want to put out there. So I don't know, the day that this becomes a job instead of something I love is the day I'm going to give it up.
Big facts. I totally feel you on that. I feel like anything you want to try to go in business for, you got to love it.
Yeah.
Because that means it's going to be some bullshit that come with it. It's going to be some good stuff that comes with it.
But you got to be with it all.
You got to be with it all because you love it.
You got to be with all the shit.
So I feel you with that. So far as with the you doing some new stuff with the artists and stuff that you know, how's that going?
Oh man, it's so dope. We are on the second installment of it. I started an artist development program. First we did the 4th quarter. It was crazy. So what it is, pretty much, I realized through like just talking to the artists and being on the ground with the artists, listening to other tastemakers speak, I've learned that we lack development, and that's why a lot of our artists are not making it further, because they just jumping into the game, but they don't understand the foundation and the development part. So I decided, well, instead of just, being able to welcome people onto the team because I like their music or see potential, let's force them through this development program to make sure they're equipped and ready to actually be on a booking roster and to actually represent themselves, not just my brand, but to represent themselves.
Right.
So what I started doing was, I built a lot of resources, of course, but I actually like formulated damn near a game plan, like a teacher's lesson plan book, where we tap into different platforms for interviews and stuff. So from state to state, city to city, like currently on the team, you got Lex the Benefit, who's representing Columbia, South Carolina. You got Bossman G Baby, who's representing Charleston, South Carolina. You got Drado, who's representing, like, he tell us a few different areas, but he's coming to us as a Columbia, South Carolina artist, you know what I'm saying? You got Supreme Gunner representing Holly Hill, South Carolina, and then you got Ken Shea, who's representing Hartsville. So for the first time, like the last quarter, all the artists were from Orangeburg except for one. This time, we're starting to merge those pieces of the state together so that they understand that each other do exist. The part that really drives it home is that people always say we lack the unity. So what I teach them about is how if you guys are a unit and you're moving like this, then 9 times out of 10, that's how the people are going to get on, because y'all going to support each other online. Y'all going to support each other at the shows because y'all on some of the same shows. And at the end of it, y'all going to get a bag together by putting y'all own show together. In between the finale show and the introduction, which today is our introduction to each other. Today was the first time meeting here, actually, where they all met each other for the first time. So, yeah. So from here, they've already got 2 more interviews lined up. We've already got another show lined up. Our weekly classes, what we do every other week, where we hop on virtual, and I'm going to be teaching about different things to kind of help grow everything about their career.
Right.
From that part, the last week together, we throw a finale concert. The finale concert is paid by the artist for the artist, meaning they pick their venue, they split what it's going to cost, they put those funds up, they decide whatever else they're going to do with the show, and at the end of the night, that's their bag to bust down, not mine. You get what I'm saying? So I strive to show them that it's more than just rap.
Yeah.
These are the things you got to put into it. And so far, it's really seemed to be working. With the fourth quarter game, by the time we got to the end, I had 2 or 3 artists who's getting booked at $500 or better just after the program. One of them only had 1 song out at the time. And he's already getting booked those type of numbers. So it shows that the program does work. It shows that, you know, you do have to tap into these other markets. But more than anything, you got to do it with somebody who has resources.
Right.
You can't sit here and say you moving, shaking, doing shit
without
if you're
resources.
doing it at the house.
Right.
No, you have to have resources to tap into. You can't manage somebody if all you know is the next greatest showcase. You got to have some other things to tap them into, like how are you educating your artists? How are you marketing them? How are you getting them out there? What are you marketing them to? Do you even understand their demographics? A lot of artists don't even know what Spotify for artists is for, Apple Music for artists. They don't understand how to go back into DistroKid and TuneCore and read those numbers. So those are all things I teach the artists how to do. No matter what I can do for you, I'm going to show you how to do it as well.
Facts. Big fact, big fact, big fact, big fact. So I know you got artists ready to line up to get on it, like try to get involved with you and stuff. How do you go by picking out the artists that you want to work with?
If I can be honest, you would think I had a lot of artists that was lining up to do this program. No, actually no. All the artists that actually reached out to me and were serious about this program are in this program, to be completely honest with you.
Gotcha.
I put a deadline on it for when you can sign up. Like, I don't charge for half of what I could. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
big facts.
The
Big
knowledge
facts.
that I be putting out there, like people charging y'all thousands for it.
Hell
You feel what
yeah.
I'm saying?
Easy.
$500, I'm giving you 3 months of everything I would give to you if you were a part of my management team and then some.
For 500.
For 500.
Oh my God.
For
That's
a
steal.
quarter. I even was running certain little deals where I was doing $300 if you can do X, Y, and Z type thing. Like, you would really think that they would jump on it, but just like I've said, and I've said time and time again, it replaces the net. Hey, do me a favor, call Lex real quick. She calling me. But it would honestly, they don't understand, like, the network is being replaced by money. People are forgetting that you got to get on foot. You got to go shake a brother's hand real quick. You got to go say, hey, how you doing?
Right.
You got to go over here and let people know that you were straight. You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, they don't feel obligated to return that to you. Instead, they feel obligated to work against you.
Big fact.
So nowadays, niggas have bypassed that. Because I got a bag, I don't care if you don't like it. I don't care if I don't shake your hand. I don't give a fuck what's going on over here. I done paid, I'm here, and I'm ahead of you. What's up?
Right.
So I'm teaching them you have to put the network back into it. I'm teaching them that the footwork, the groundwork is still what's going to trump everything else.
Even when you get the bag, you got to work even harder to keep it.
Yeah.
You got to keep the bag.
And that's one of the things I tell them too about building the foundation.
Right.
Like, when you're building your foundation type thing, when you started off with money, that's what your fans are always going to expect. So the first time you decide to be modest and do something, they're not trying to hear that. You done fell off to them.
Right, you done fell off.
But if you show them that you started off right here with these motherfucking Walmart jeans and your music was still as good and they fell in love with you then and they watch you get to that money, you have forever fans.
Yeah.
You have generational fans. You got people that are going to love you no matter what trash ass song you put out because they grew up with you.
They grew up with you. That's why it works with a lot of TV stars. Like, even look at Urkel. Like,
look at Wayne.
Look at Wayne. You know what I'm saying? So, like, it goes from everywhere. Sports.
Yep.
Too. It goes from everywhere.
It's niggas that's good and old right now, but you can't tell us nothing about these people because we grew up with them.
Big facts. Big fact. Big fact. Big huge fact. Huge fact. So, far as Orangeburg, man, how's the music scene in Orangeburg?
I actually feel like it's starting to finally flourish the way it's supposed to.
Better. It's getting better.
Yeah, like, a while ago, we had a really, really dope independent scene flourishing. You was hearing their music summer everywhere.
Right.
And then over time, I guess, I don't really know what changed or whatever, but, you know, it kind of slowed down. Maybe they just got older. I don't know, but it kind of changed over time. But now you see so many different new artists emerging. You see all of these different styles of artists coming from everywhere, from singers to even dancers and stuff, like R&B, hip-hop, everything. So I just be kind of sitting back. I be watching, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's real interesting. It's real interesting because they're creating their own things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got full companies forming, you got teams forming, you got artists just stepping out on faith doing what they do. So it's always dope to me to kind of see that type of thing start to form and happen, because if everybody build their own and then come together and kick the dough, they ain't got no choice but to move.
Yeah. So let me ask you a question. Is it a hassle? Cause I know you probably work with a few street artists. Is it a danger and a hassle by managing street artists?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Yes, when you're not upfront.
Gotcha.
And when you got a lot of fear in you, so you allow that fear to power how you work with that artist and how you respond to that artist. Like, I'm nobody's yes man. I don't give a fuck what you did in the street. I'm Dajon. You straight? Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? Like, gotcha. I don't play hard or none of that, but I let people know I meet you where you are. Like, I heard that one day I went to church, like, and this lady was telling me, the pastor, she was like, that's the difference between me and other people. I don't expect you to come in here one way. I'll meet you where you at. So if you still on drugs, but you want to come to church, that's cool. Come to church high, but you at church. You know what I'm saying? So I feel the same way. I accept you for who you are. I accept you for what you do. But understand that when my life gets involved, meaning when we got shows going on, when we got studio sessions going on, when you're representing my brand, you have a way to represent my brand. We don't attach certain things to ourselves. Even I had to learn that. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes my partners will see me flipping out, and they gotta pipe you down. Yeah, like you straight. You get off the internet with that. Like, that's not how we moving.
You put too much tension on us. Gotcha.
So yeah, like it can get tricky. But like I said, on the no side, it's just be upfront with them. Yeah. Tell them if this is not something, if you're not a person where guns you're okay with and niggas smoking and stuff, say that. Say upfront, I'm not cool with y'all smoking and having guns and stuff around me. Yeah. It's a little bit beyond me, this, that, and the third. Don't sit back and deal with it just because you want to be in the fucking mix, because now you in the mix of some shit you wasn't prepared for.
Right.
Me, on the other hand, any gun they lay out, I probably know how to shoot the bitch. I'm not uncomfortable. I'm a country girl.
Right.
I ain't from the streets, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
I'm a country girl,
big fact.
So it don't bother me none, you know what I'm saying? I smoke weed too, so when the niggas got pulled the weed out, I'm not fazed by that. I want to know which one of y'all got the best bag. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my train of thought.
Big
so
fact.
as long, and people got to understand, those guys that come out of the streets, especially for a female, I can't speak from the male perspective, but for a female, those are the ones that protect me more than anybody else. Because the artists who come from, the backgrounds where they don't really have much to lose, they think nobody else around them has anything to lose sometimes. And sometimes it's like, you got to respect the fact that this is a business. You got to understand that this is something I worked for too. Like, I understand you here and you got the bag, but this is something that you got to respect because I built this. It's common. I feel like that should be common respect with anybody, but...
Yeah, especially if you coming to me.
Yeah. But when you got these street niggas and you a female and they see that you actually loyal and they see that you really rocking with them and you got their best interest in heart, they gonna protect you to the end of time. They gonna make sure that you good. They gonna make sure you don't want for nothing, and they gonna make sure, like, when you step outside, you don't feel no harm. You don't feel no danger. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the dynamic, understanding people for who they are. And I think I kind of got that because I'm a sociologist. Right. So I look more into people's behaviors or whatever. Like, you can't pay to be a part of my team.
Big fact.
You got to show me some type of loyalty there. You got to show me that this is what you want. Like, I tell people all the time, you can hit me up in January wanting to work with me. I might not make contact till March because I want to see if you want my management or if you just want anybody's management, because it's a big difference in how I move as opposed to other people.
Big fact. So, I bet you done heard every fucking, this is my dream. I want to do this so bad. The music, like, everybody's, famous, they want to get on. I hate them. I hate those. On the street, because it's like, I'm on that with my team. Like, I don't like dead weight around me.
Facts.
You're not moving, you got to go.
That's exactly how I feel about it.
And I lost a lot of friends going up on my way up to where I'm at now. And like, even now, like I said, it be hard. Cause I be want to go back to cuss some motherfuckers out.
On God.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
on God.
But I'm at where I'm at now. People look at me in a different light. I can't go there, bro.
And see, for me now, when I cuss you out, if I cuss you out, it's because I love you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how I move it now. Like, if you actually can get a what the fuck you got going on out of me, it's because I care about you.
I care about you.
But
facts.
With social media and shit like that, like, bruh, Recently, I done been told I'm a fraud. I done been told like my emotion not real, like all kind of shit. And I'm looking at people like I show and prove. I don't sit around and tell y'all what I'm about to do. I don't sit around and plan shit on the internet with y'all. I'm showing and I'm proving. Right. So when I tell you I can do this for you, I can try my best, like I'm giving you my word. But to put me out there as a fraud because you didn't do what you were supposed to do or you didn't plan how you were supposed to plan, we got a fucking problem because a lack of planning on your part does not constitute an emergency on mine. That's the realest flyer I ever seen in the classroom before. Shit stuck with me for the rest of my life because it don't. That's your problem, not mine. You get what I'm saying? And I've learned, like, when I was literally just on the ground with niggas doing everything for free and being all in the mix and stuff, nobody gave a fuck. You know what I'm saying? They wanted to put me everywhere, but now that I'm more valuable, you got value. You know what I'm saying? Now the disrespect comes, and I'm like, well, damn, why y'all ain't did that at the beginning? I can actually help your ass now. Yeah. So it's a time sometimes. It's really a fucking time, but...
Cause you got to think, you got the juice now. Like, you got the juice now.
And it's like me and Bree say, like, death to the old niggas. Like, I don't give a fuck who toes I step on. It's death to the old niggas. And what we mean by the old niggas is the gatekeepers. Right. It shouldn't necessarily be a gatekeeper. Facts. Like, we feel like there should be a liaison. We feel like there should be a pipeline and a connection where if you go into this state, here's a few names you should know. You should tap in with these people right here because they gonna know what you're trying to find out.
Not just one person.
But these gatekeepers who feel like, oh, such and such came here and didn't do it over here, or I got this person, I got that person, nigga, they old too.
Right.
It's other people out here now who got the wave. It's other people right now who think futuristically. It's people right now who have the power to really shake shit up because of their resources. However, they may not have the finances. So you got niggas who can do these 50-50 deals and work shit out that's shitting on you. Right. Because they know they got the upper hand type thing. Like, it sucks. And a lot of the power that's around South Carolina, not even just one place, it's because it's been there for a while and it hasn't been any shift in the momentum. But I don't give a fuck how nobody feel. T done shook the shit up a little bit. And you either gonna respect it and you gonna join forces or you gonna get the fuck out my way and I'm gonna keep fucking riding. Like, and you gotta know me to know that. I don't pop my shit often, but where I am now, when I leave South Carolina, bro, people respect me on the highest regards. It's sick. Like, I just was telling my homegirl, like, bro, why everybody treating me like this? Why everybody want to take pictures and shit with me? Why everybody running up to me with their cameras and stuff? I can't even talk with a camera being out no more. And she looking at me like, so you really don't know who you are and what you do, huh? And we just sitting there talking about like my resume and what I've done. And she was like, do you hear this? Like, this is your shit. And I had to think about it. It is really, really dope coming from, I don't know none of these people. I don't know how to do none of this shit, to researching, applying yourself, getting out there and networking, rubbing elbows with the right people and shit, to now where these same people I can call and say, hey, can you do XYZ? What's up? I'm fucking with XYZ. Like, it's amazing. Right. To me, I'm still in the mud. You feel what I'm saying? To me, I'm still on the way up. But to know that there's actually people who followed the movement and they're actually looking up to the movement, not me. They're looking up to the movement. That's enough to keep me going. You know what I'm saying?
Big fact. Yeah, because they follow the movement. You have a movement. Hell, I've heard about your movement before I met you. You know what I'm saying? So, cause you was coming in Charleston a lot during that time through Colors. I met you through, Colors. Colors told me about you. He talk about you all the time. He like, man, you need to look up with them.
Doing his hair and all, child.
Shit. Damn Colors, man.
He got a few videos where I did his locks and all.
Oh, Lord.
Colors he good people though. Like, anytime he got something going on, he don't mind reaching out saying.
That's one thing I can say about Colors. Colors don't mind networking and putting pieces together. He don't give a damn about.
And the fact that he's been doing it for so long. You can agree with how he move or you can not agree with it, but you can't discredit that hard work. And the fact that they've been around for so long, I think 15 plus years, says a lot for what their platform is capable of doing. It's capable of sustaining.
Big fact. And it's still going on.
Yeah.
Big fact.
They got interviews coming up over there this month.
Big fact. Yeah. Big fact. Big facts, man. Big fact.
And that's another thing. Like, I want to send all the artists that I work with in the second quarter program through every circuit. So the interview programs, the interview shows out here, the podcast in Charleston, Coast and the radio interviews in Charlotte and Columbia. Every network that I can tap into, if they tell me they can get in the car and ride there, then we going there.
Yeah.
Like it's a big old Sunday and we sitting down here in Augusta. You get what I'm saying? So
one more question. So what do you say about some artists that feels like when it comes, they feels like managers and promoters, they feel like they shouldn't have to let me see how would they say? How did they say? They shouldn't have to pay for you to help them out. They should, because they have talent. I tell them like, everything has a price. When you're getting into which I blame it as them not doing research on what you're getting into. A lot of these are younger artists that 17, 18, 19 that's trying to do it, but I feel like why get in a sport or why get into a genre you don't even know the history of the genre. You don't know nothing about the elements of it. You just going off the music that you hear and you just doing music because they like it, but you're not really
don't understand
you get what I'm saying, the business side of it. What do you say to those? I know you probably had a few of those that come to you like hit you up like I ain't got no money but I got talent, like fuck with me.
A few. First of all, I got
talent, fuck with me.
I used to those type of people used to come to me, and it used to piss me off, honestly, because of the way that they come at you. Like they come at you real entitled. Hey man, I'm the best artist out of such you ever heard, bro. Listen to this, and I'm listening like, what? I used to hate the people that come out of nowhere and be like, yeah man, I'm the best nigga around here. I'm better than all the artists on your squad. You might as well sign me. This is the reason I'm not gonna sign.
Damn, you just disrespect everybody.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now that I've grown and I've kind of learned how this works a little bit more, what I decided is it's a teachable moment. You know what I'm saying? When those artists reach out to me and say, hey, fuck with me, I write them back and I say, good morning, how you doing? What's your name? And then I'll skip a few lines and I'll tell them, when you reach out to people and you genuinely want them to hear your music, introduce yourself because you never know what type of situation you could be walking into. I could very well be in the mood to listen to some shit and tell you fire, let's do something. But, excuse me.
That's facts.
But you ain't introduce yourself properly. I take them and like some of them, they'll come back and be like, oh my bad, you know what I'm saying? And introduce themselves and we'll try to do something or I'll try to talk to them. But when they get to the whole, I don't feel like I should pay for this. I shouldn't have to pay for that. That is that and third. I explain to them like the resources that I'm giving to you, I had to pay for it. You know what I'm saying? I had to pay for that book. I had to pay for that trip to go sit in that master class to learn this, to be able to communicate it to you.
I had to have my attention to sit in this motherfucker.
I had to put my time into it, and I have 2 children. You get what I'm saying? Like, I had to put in X amount of money for the materials to be able to communicate this to you. Not only that, like, when you have certain relationships with people or whatever, sometimes that favor might come in the form of put me on a show. You know what I'm saying? So I plug people into those type of opportunities too, and they'll still look at you like, well, darn.
That's not enough.
I'm opening that as, ain't nobody even in the club yet. Be grateful you are. Because you can actually add to your resume and say you were here when other artists couldn't even say that they got into these type of buildings.
Right.
So I always try to teach them, like all the way down to video placements and on the radio. Even though the artist may not be coming out their pocket paying for it, their label is. There's no artist who's spinning on the radio right now whose label or whoever is pushing them didn't pay for that placement that they have. Yeah. That $20,000-$30,000 placement that's running this many times a day, where they have the spreadsheet of every time it's gonna play and all of this shit. Like, they don't realize that label paid for that. That video you see spinning on BET, BET didn't call and say, let me get this video.
The slot is paid for.
It's paid for.
Months in advance.
A lot of these festivals and concerts and stuff that you see your favorite artists at, they're not being paid because they're getting more endorsements off it than the money could afford, or they found a way to make their money independently from the situation. So you might be headlining this, but you might drop a merch line simultaneously. All your money about to come from your merch line because they're going to buy the merch to come to this concert to see you. You get what I'm saying?
The merch.
All of this shit is a mind fuck and a scheme. Right. I can't stress it enough.
Yeah, it's chess. You got to be able to strategize your moves. You got to be able to know when to make the move, when to fold, when to sit back.
Timing is
when to sacrifice a couple things, because we sacrifice every day. So, you know
and I want artists to sacrifice getting these big ass features and not knowing what to do with them. That's what I want them to sacrifice right now. A big feature don't make you pop. It don't make your numbers go up. It don't do none of that. Y'all not even getting contracts with these big features because you get so excited to work with these people who know that you don't know nothing about clearing it properly to drop it. They know that when they do this song with you, they're not coming to perform with you. They're not doing the video. They're not even about to share your shit. So I teach contracts, you know what I'm saying? For one of our virtual classes, like where I typically go over multiple topics, one of the topics is going to simply be about contracts and what to look for in your contracts and how to negotiate your own damn contracts. Because that's what you should be looking for if you're getting that major feature. Are you going to perform this with me at least once? Are you going to show up for the video? And will you at least share this once a week at the least? Or comment on my shit to let niggas know that we working together legit. Like, it's different ways. Like, I tell artists, create the perception that you want to live by. Like, I don't mean fake it till you make it. If you don't sell drugs, don't fake like you sell drugs.
You got to get the illusion. You got to sell yourself.
But put a perception together where people understand that you are who you are. If you like the homeless look, then be homeless in your videos, then my nigga, and let the people know that this is who I am. If
you talking about you like the homeless look.
For real, if you one of them niggas that got that shit and you like to wear that shit, then be that person when you present yourself to the world.
Big fat.
Because that's what they're gonna paint you as. That's what they're gonna treat you like. That's what they want to see every time they see you. And the minute you switch up, you're gonna have those fans who love you to death. That's gonna catch everything you fucking switch every time you switch. And those are the ones that you love. Those are the ones that you tap in with. Those are the ones that you reach out to you and say, I appreciate you.
Your most critics, the ones you want to keep.
Yeah, your hardest critic is the one that pay attention.
They gave a damn about sitting down and listening to your shit. Those
while the other niggas like, this is fire.
But those are the ones people run from. They want to go to the people that just tell you it sounds good, but they ain't buying your tickets.
Ain't gonna never come to none of your shows.
But you shit sound good though, bro.
That's my shit, bro. Nigga, what the first verse
said,
nigga?
Turn that shit up.
Tell me what's on the first verse. Who featured on the song? You don't even know the words.
I know my partner. He did it. It was Sly. What he did was he had like 15 songs on the album, and he put like, hey, if you can tell me where this verse come from, which song, I'll give you $300.
Force you to listen to the whole motherfucking thing.
That he made it lit.
That's fire.
He got a deal.
Whoever you is, I might steal that one.
He got a deal.
That's fire. That's fire.
He can make people. You gotta think. Hey, you listen to the project. You know how many people listen to the project just to find the lines,
just to get some money, and then
get some money. You got to sacrifice. You got to think. You're not finessing nobody. It's your shit.
Yeah. And you about to recoup that whole 300 before you even drop it.
By getting people listening to your shit.
That's a fire one. Another dope one that I heard too.
It's ways.
Niggas was talking about.
I'm a businessman, man.
I think it was Gates. I was watching his Carisha Please interview, and he was talking about how to like market yourself in different ways to make money off the music, because the music with streaming and stuff don't really do it no more. And one of the things, was it him? I don't think it was the Gates interview. Don't quote me, y'all, because I don't remember exactly whose interview this was. But what they were talking about was sell something to get your weight up, to get your interview, your contacts up or whatever, to people who really genuinely fuck with you. Sell something. Don't attack people and stuff like that. Sell something like a pen for $1. And every time they buy that $1 pen, you've collected an email now because they purchased something from you, meaning two things. You have a new contact, and you have a new contact who already fucks with you. So when you reach out to them on a personal level to listen to your music, to be a part of a VIP club for exclusive content, you already know they're interested because they actually spent their hard-earned money with you. Whole time, it's not even the money you're after. It's the contact.
Facts. Yep.
I thought that was a dope one.
Big fact. Alright. So before we slide off on NewbieVet, how can they get in contact with you for booking and any love you like to shout out?
First of all, I got to shout out to my squad.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You got Lil Gordon, you got Fame Oliver, Freeport Donnie, Polo Poppy Ortiz, Rainfire Moon, Mo Cheddar. Shout out to the second quarter development squad. I am looking forward to working with all of them.
That shit so smooth. I think my team, I gotta be that. What's the name?
So look, sometimes they fuck me up like that, but I got it today.
You got that shit. That shit was flowing good. That
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to the second quarter development squad. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Drado, Lex the Benefit, Boss Man G Baby, Supreme Gunner, and Ken Shade. Like, we got a lot of stuff coming up. I look forward to working with y'all. Look forward to actually helping you guys expand. Like, it's amazing. Y'all are amazing. It's what I'm excited about. Shout out to my DJ who plays a part in everything that I do, because it's hard to move with artists without having a DJ. DJ Big Sal, really dope artist. Like, sometimes his whole sets be independent music from South Carolina, and people don't even realize it. Just be in the club lit, and then they'll come ask me who that is. And they probably be somebody that's right there in the club with him. So shout out to DJ Big Sal.
I love DJs that do that, bro. I hate when DJs make that shit politics. Like, I can't play it because the crowd, I'm going to lose my crowd. I'm like, you the fucking DJ. If you lose your crowd, you can't fucking DJ.
Like, Sal ain't like
that. Don't make
Sal
sense,
play that
bro.
shit.
Like,
at the right time, make that shit shake.
You gotta know
you feel me? I
on.
feel like if you're an artist and you going to a network and there other artists and they playing beat, you can't just pick a beat just because everybody like the beat. You should be able to flow on any fucking thing that they feed you. Yep. I hate when DJs give me that shit.
Sal is really dope with it. Like, from the strip clubs to regular events to doing our shows, like, he's really, really dope with it. To get in touch with me, you can visit my website. That's www.dajonteemgmt.com. You can find me on IG, Dajon.tmanagement, Facebook, Dajon T. Everything is Dajon T. Artist. Hint, hint. All of your shit should be the same on all platforms.
Big facts.
If you Google me, you can find me literally on any of those platforms or whatever. So yeah, it's always a teachable moment, like I said.
That's like that's like basic 101 right there. Like, have all your social media one name. Motherfucker be stomach8 at Yahoo. And then I'll be at pistol drop at Gmail. Like.
And then on Facebook, you got your name as Hoochie Mama 69. Like, bitch, which one do you want us to contact?
Hey, man, we want to contact. Right.
But I'm always around. I'm always doing shows. April the 9th. Shout out to the Coalition DJs. They the ones who invited me up to Raleigh this past weekend. It was so dope. April 9th, we doing Take the Mic. That's going to be at Beltline Grill in Columbia, South Carolina. Outside of that, I got some other things that I am working on. A lot of things I'm planning. So, artists, if you listening, let's work. Tastemakers, if you listening, let's work. We here. That's all I can say.